What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Joe's Madness. We have Marc Diakiese versus Drakkar Klose at the Ultimate Fighter 25 finale with my live streaming play-by-play commentary here for this fight with these two undefeated fighters. This should be an awesome, amazing fight in the lightweight division. As we have Marc with a 12-0 record and Drak is 6-0-1. Man, I got a lot of phlegm in my throat for some reason tonight. I don't know what is going on here. So if you're new to the channel and you enjoy and have a passion for combat sports, punch that subscribe button into submission. Slap the like button like a pimp if you enjoy this video and like my commentary. And make sure to let me know what you think in the comment section as well. Share the video with your family and friends. So now we are about to go underway with the fight. It's going to be very intense. Marc is in the red trunks with a red mohawk, and he goes across the cage, and security has to stop him before he gets in the face of Drakkar Klose. Pretty crazy. The Bone Crusher. And I believe Drakkar Klose is in blue trunks, I think. I hadn't seen. Where is he? Come on. Marc Diakiese is the referee for this one. Yep, Drakkar Klose is in the blue trunks. So we get the red versus the blue in this one. Very interesting. This is going to be fun with these two fighters going to war here. And we're underway. How fast will this one be over? Oh, a heavy leg kick by Drak. Another one by Drak to the leg of Marc. Marc goes with a spinning head kick, and Drak gets out the way. A leg kick by Drak, and that spins Marc around, and Marc goes to a different stance with the right leg being the lead leg instead of the left. Drak goes in with lefts and rights. He picks up Marc and gets a takedown on Marc. Marc is got his back up against the cage as he's sitting down. Drak is trying to keep him down, but no, now they're standing up, and he's got Marc up against the cage. Marc has his back against the cage. He's trying to fight out for position, and we get a couple of stomps by Drak onto Marc, and Marc is fighting the hands of Drak. Knees from Klose. He's stomping on the feet of Diakiese. He's stomping on Bone Crusher's feet, trying to crush some bones. A knee to the rib cage by Drak onto Marc. Marc is getting his feet all stomped, and he eats a knee to the ribcage, and he spins Drak down and gets on top of Drakkar Klose. Klose is on his back, and Marc is on top of him, and Diakiese is hitting him in the ribcage as he's on his knees, and he's got Drak on his side. Very intense, crazy stuff going on here. Marc is on top of him on his side. He's trying to he scoops up and takes his back as Drak stands up. They change positions. He picks him up, scoops him up, and slams him down to the ground. Gets one hook in, and Drak is standing up with Marc on his back. Marc has got a hook in onto Drak. He's yelling. The referee's yelling at one of them about the gloves, and elbows to the thigh of Marc by Drak. Drak doing whatever damage he can to Marc. Marc is trying to get in a better position as they're up against the cage. Oh, he bear hugs him. He pretty much did. Oh man, just sprawling around, and now Drak has got Marc, and now Marc and Drak are standing up against the cage. That was what the hell was it? That was like a full Nelson slam kind of by Marc Diakiese to Drakkar Klose. I keep wanting to say Klaus. And now Drak is doing heel kicks to the back of the calf of Marc, and now he spins Marc around, and now Drak is got hit Marc's back up against the cage. This is nuts. A lot of crazy stuff going on with these two guys. A lot of stomps by Drak. Another stomp by Drak. Referee checking on him, saying something about the gloves again. And more foot stomps by Drak. Marc Diakiese up against the cage, getting grated up against. Oh, and he gets out of it, and he hits him with the left hand, and he goes for a jump kick, hits Drak in the rib cage, goes for a spinning heel kick, and he catches the shoulder of Drak. Oh, Drak kicks Marc in the heel, in the ankle, takes him down. Marc's on his back. Drak standing up, giving a mad ground and pound on him, and Marc is trying to hold on to the hands of Drak. And Drak is hitting him with knees in the ribcage on the ground. Drak is on top of Marc in the half guard, and he's trying to get that leg out, and he's bulldogging him. Marc is bear hugging the shoulder and arm of Drak. He's trying to do something with that hand of Drak. Drak is trying to get some more ground and pound on him. We've got a lot of ground and pound going. Oh, this is crazy. A bear hug the head of Drak by Marc. Marc's trying to keep Drak from ground and pounding him. Oh, he spins around. He's got a heel hook in. Is he gonna get an ankle lock? He's going for a heel hook. Drak just laying there on his back like what? And then Marc gets out of it. Marc lets it go, and he gets up, and he's holding the legs down, and then now Drak is trying to grab the leg of Marc, and then Marc sprawls over and gets on top of Drak, and he's in between his legs and the god, and we got 10 seconds to go. He wraps his legs around Marc. Wow, what an intense first round. A lot of different things happened in the first round with that one. Man, that was such a crazy back and forth round that it's hard to say who to give that round to. You know, I'm gonna give that round to I'm gonna give it to Marc, because at the end of the round he was on top of Drak. You know, there was a lot of back and forth action there. You know, it's gonna be interesting, even if this doesn't go to the judge's decision, which I hope it doesn't. You know, because I always want to see a finish or have a finish in a fight. It'll be interesting to see what the judges scored that round, because of the way, you know, the takedowns by Marc and the kicks by Drak that took Marc down, the ground and pound that Drak did. And now we're getting ready for the second round to get underway. The referee yelling at Diakiese to step back as he's not ready to start the round. Right now everybody is out of the cage and the door's locked, so now they can say for the round to start. And now here we go. Drak goes straight across the cage, and then he eats a couple of strikes by Marc. A jump. Drak came in for a leg kick, and Diakiese did a jump kick, and Marc went with the right hand. Drak went for a takedown attempt, and now they're up against the cage, where the underhook by Diakiese, and Marc is trying to get in position for a takedown as he's stomping on the feet of Marc. Diakiese is leaning up on Marc. Marc is trying to trip Diakiese, but Diakiese keeps him up, pushing him up against the cage like a piece of cheese on a cheese grater. Diakiese and Marc are fighting for hand control right now. They both want to take each other down. A knee to the ribcage by Marc, as Diakiese has Marc up. Drak has Marc up against the cage. He's kneeing him in the thigh, kicking. Now you got little kicks by Drak to the leg, and then a knee to the ribcage. Marc is trying to fight off the cage as Drak is bulldogging him up against there, not letting him off. Oh, and Marc gets away from Drak. Drak has got his back toward the cage now, and Marc is in the center of the octagon. Goes for a side kick and doesn't pull the trigger. Diakiese looking for something. Drak is bouncing up and down. It goes for another leg kick onto Marc. Marc was going to look like he was going to ready for another spinning kick, but didn't go for it. A leg kick by Drak. But switching position. Oh, a spinning kick by Mark, and Drak takes his leg, but then Mark takes Drak's leg, and there's a lot of sprawling and fighting, and Drak is on top of Mark. Mark is on his back, and Drak is kicking Mark in the leg. Now he looks like he's getting ready to jump on him, but oh, he hits him with the left hand. His Mark gets up off the mat. Mark with his back toward the cage. Looks like he's getting ready to do something. Drak is still putting a lot of pressure on him. Both of these guys closing the distance on each other. Mark looks like he's getting ready to do some kind of spinning heel hook. Drak just put his hands out to the side, showboating like, come on, bring it. Oh, a Superman punch by Drak, and then a lot of flurries, stuff, and punches, and then he resets. Mark with some nice striking there, a forearm to the face of Drak. Drak doing a jump kick. Mark catches his leg. He grapples him, bear hugs him up against the cage, and now they're up against the cage with Mark putting the pressure onto Drak. And he looks like he's getting ready to do something. Got an underhook by Drak. Oh, he need him in the nuts. He got him in the family jewels. He get him in the balls. Oh my God. Drak just got kneed by Mark. He was trying to hit him in the thigh, and he just went straight up into the junk. You've seen the grimace and the pain on the face of Drakkar Klose when he got kneed in the balls by the bone crusher. That was the bone crushing knee to the balls. Oh my God. Ow. That looked like that hurt. I'll put some ice on that shit. Oh man, I hope they can keep fighting. I hope the guy doesn't. I hope the balls didn't go up into his throat. That shit had to hurt. Man. So they're going to start neutral. Oh, and they're already going back at it. The doctor didn't need to come in and take a look, which is good. Oh, a kick to the rib cage of Mark and the forearms, and now they're grappling up against the cage once again. An underhook by Mark. Mark has got his back up against the cage with Klose putting the pressure on him, pushing him up against the cage, stomping on his feet again as Mark has a foot up, and then now Mark puts his foot down. A lot of stomping by Drak. Drak with a kick to the rib cage. Mark swinging away at him, and then they sprawl, and Drak goes for a bear hug on Mark, pushes him back up against the cage again. Oh, Mark gets out of it and goes for a knee to the head. Lefts and rights. Sprawling. This is crazy. These guys are throwing action real quick. Now they're both standing up right in the center of the octagon, kind of off to the side. Drak has got his back toward the cage. Mark is in the center of the octagon. Goes for a punch to the gut by Mark. Spinning kick again by Diakiese, and doesn't get it, and ends up on his back on the mat. And he tries to get up, but Drak is keeping him on the ground, holding his feet, and he's getting kicked in the leg by Drak. Drak is kicking at him, and he punches him in the chest. And now Mark is back up on his feet. Drak has got his back toward the cage. Drak kicks him in the leg again, and Diakiese falls to the ground, and Mark ends up on top of him, and he's getting ground and pound on him. But we go to the buzzer, and we're going to a third and final round, and I'm going to have to give that round to Drakkar Klose. Drak took that round with that sweeping leg kick and then getting on top of him. That was a big thing there at the end of the round to end up on top of him. This is an intense fight. When we go to the third round, we got 10 minutes of action with these two men. So I'm giving that round to Drak. What did I say with the first round? Who did I give that to? I think I gave it to Mark. So I think I have a 1 round apiece, I think. Or did I go with Drak with the first round? I don't remember. Man, I'm having a brain fart right now. I can't remember who I gave the first round to. Like, I feel like I gave it to Drak, but I'm pretty sure I gave it to Mark. I know I definitely... I I definitely give the second round to Drak, who won the first. Are you saying the first fight or the first round? I feel like, man, I should be taking notes if I can't remember. Need some more brain juice. So now we're back to the third round, and this is going to be interesting. Oh, a jumping head kick. He did a switch kick and connected flush on the jaw of Drakkar Klose, and Drak's smiling at him, telling him to bring it and do it again. A left hand by Marc, the bone crusher, ends up getting clinched up by Drak, and now he pushes up of him. Uppercut to the body of Klose by Marc. Klose grabs the leg of Marc and is pushing him up against the cage. The first round, I'm pretty sure I gave it to Marc, but now we're underway with the third round. I feel like we're gonna be getting a finish here somewhere in the third round. Somebody's gonna be getting knocked out here. I know both of these guys are very tough. Neither one of them have ever lost before, so they're both in the center of the octagon. See some kind of spectacular spinning kick from Marc. Come on. Let's get some kind of crazy uppercut by Drak. Somebody do something. They're both tapping hands and moving around. Oh, a punch to the belly by Marc, and then Marc ends up eating a right hand by Drak. Drak swoops down, the level changes, and takes the legs of Marc and takes him down. Marc is trying to get out of it, and somehow Drak just spun around on his head in like a north-south position, and Marc ends up getting up and knees him in the head up against the cage, and he's bear hugging him up against the cage. Marc is gave up his Marc has the back of Drak. He's trying to scoop him up and pick him up, trying to scoop him up like a scoop of ice cream. Marc has got the back of Drak, but Drak is trying to fight the hand. He wants to go for some kind of like Kimura lock. No, he let go of the arm. Marc is still bear hugging him, and he's kneeing him in the booty, and he kneed him in the thigh. Oh, he picked him up, scoop out. Drak grabbed the top of the cage to where he didn't get taken down, and now Drak is still got his back taken by Marc. Marc is kneeing him in the butt again, kneed him in the thigh that time. And now he's bear hugging him, and he's grating his head up into the cage like a piece of cheese in a cheese grater. Oh, a kick to the side of the head by Marc when you let him go, and now he's going for strikes. And then Drak goes in for a takedown and ends up with a underhook and a bear hug up against the cage. And Drak has got the position now on to Marc. Marc is trying to push off of Drak. Drak trying to knee him now. Marc is punching him in the gut and the rib cage and then the forehead as he's bear hugged up against the cage. He's grinding him up like a bunch of hamburger in a grinder. Oh, Drak tried to go for a head kick on the way out when Marc got away. Marc with a punch to the head. Drak with a right hand to Marc's face, and Marc just shrugs it off. And Marc with a left, and Drak with a right. Both in the center of the octagon. Marc puts his hands out, both of them, and then Drak goes with a spinning kick, and Drak puts his hands out to the side like what, and he went with the looping wild uppercut that missed Marc. Marc missed with the right hand. They're both in the center of the octagon with 1:10 to go. Marc and Drak throwing it all down. Oh, he went with another spinning heel kick, and that time it hit the arm of Drak. It looked like Diakiese was going to go for a jumping knee to the head of Diakiese there. Of Drak. Yeah, he's going to jump kick knee himself in the head. Okay. So, a leg kick by Drak. Diakiese going for a guillotine choke there now. It looks like a standing choke, maybe. Yep, he's got the choke in. He's going for a choke on Klose. Klose is on the ground. Marc has got the head. No, he let go of the chokehold. And now they're in the north-south position. And Diakiese is on top of Marc, pushing his head down. And as he stands up, he goes for a knee. Doesn't pull the trigger on it because I think he was worried that it'd be illegal. And now they're both throwing everything out there, lefts and rights. 10 seconds to go. Is somebody going to get face planted and knocked out here? No. Klose grabs the leg of Marc, and now they're swinging lefts and rights, and then Drakkar grabs him and hits him as the buzzer rings, and we are going to another fight with a decision, where we've only had 2 finishes so far tonight, and we've got 2 fights left, if memory serves me correct. Man, oh God, what a tough fight to score. The first, all 3 rounds, honestly, have been like really razor thin, very tough to score. You know, from what, if memory serves me correct, I had a 1 piece around coming into that one. Now I feel that the bone crusher Marc Diakiese did enough to win that fight by decision. It could possibly be 30-27, but most likely it would be 29-28 for that one. It's a very close fight. It was a very close fight. It's going to be very interesting to see whose O is going to go. Man, whose O is going to go? Who are we going to see get the W? Man. Very intense fight, a lot of back and forth action, a lot of strikes. Nobody really, neither one of them got a crisp, clean strike in that was hard enough to knock the other one out. What? Drakkar Klose defeats Marc Diakiese by split decision, 29-28, 29-28, and it is Benson Henderson. And Marc got a 29-28. So Klose ends up with 2 judges in favor of him, 29-28, and Marc only got 1. So Marc is now got that O taken away. He is 12-1, and Drakkar Klose is 7-0-1. Wow, crazy. That was a very tough one to pick. So we'll be back in a few minutes when the next fight starts up. Klose got up in Bone Crusher's face after being announced the winner. So wow, crazy. It's like, dude, come on now. The Bone Crusher isn't happy about it either. So next up we have the TUF 25 finale with the welterweight winner, who will be crowned the winner of the redemption season, Jesse Taylor or Diego Lima. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, about 5 minutes or so for that fight. It'll be a live streaming commentary with that one as well. I hope that we see a finish in that fight as well as the main event, because it's been a lot of decisions, a lot of fun fights, but still, I love a good finish. So if you're new to the channel and you haven't yet, punch that subscribe button into submission. Slap that like button like a pimp. Share the video with your family and friends. And let us know what you think down below in the comment section as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. You guys are amazing. Combat sports is awesome.